Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first episode of A Love Like This, Behind the Love. In this 6-episode series, we're going to be deep diving into every episode, and alongside with that, we're going to be talking with certain members of the cast, maybe one, maybe two. You'll just have to keep watching and seeing. I will say, do not watch this without watching the episode first. So today we're going to be talking about episode 1. So please make sure to press pause on this if you have not watched episode 1 yet, because alert, there's going to be some spoilers.
Spoiler alert on this episode here. So pause, watch the show, come back, and we'll be here for you.
Do what she just said. Exactly what she just said. Do that. Do that. So I think I'll jump in, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about what happened in the episode, just to remind people what's happening. So we meet Tatiana in this episode, and in this episode, Tatiana is dedicated to finding love. She has not let the fact that there's a pandemic stop her from finding new dates, getting new guys, and just making it happen. She meets with matchmaker Angelica, and Angelica sets her up on some not so great dates, and she has some awkward encounters, so to say. Probably some of the worst online dates ever. But at the end, she meets a guy, and things seem to click, and that's where we kind of end the episode. So, Nimo, can you tell us a little bit about where Tatiana is during this episode?
Yeah. So to start off, Tatiana is, she's well with her job. She has a good paying job that she enjoys and loves. She has great friends around her. You know, obviously Emma's like her best friend. And then she also has really everything going well for her, it seems, other than the pandemic, of course. And so she's at a point now where she feels like, can I spend this time to find love? I mean, and so in all honesty, I came in looking at Tatiana with the lens of everything looks good, everything's working out great. And what she's looking for right now is just a good partner to be there with her along this journey that we call life. And then the pandemic hits. And then she's like, okay, so how do I address this now? And rather than kind of sitting down and letting time pass by and just riding the waves, she took initiative. She went on an online dating site. She found a matchmaker, and she said, what can I do to find the one that's for me? I know he's out there. What do I need to do? And so she just jumped on it. And that is so interesting to me because honestly, the pandemic was surprising for everybody. And rather than sitting back and letting it take control, she took control of the situation and jumped in and went looking for what she wanted, which was love. So.
Which is interesting because I feel like that was one of the things, because this takes place in March of 2020. So this is at the very beginning. And a lot of people are so focused on other things, but Tatiana was able to handle her business, to get her business and everything settled in the new virtual realm. And then on top of that, she jumped straight back into where she was before. And I think she dived even further into it. Like she had never worked with a matchmaker before. So then she takes these steps that are really big steps. And one of the things we talked about was matchmakers are not cheap. They're expensive.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. And I'm sorry, just to jump off on that, you're absolutely right. And that just really focuses on the fact that when she wants something, she really goes for it. And so rather than just doing I don't know, what's the online dating sites today, like Plenty of Fish or something, rather than hopping up on there, creating a free profile and seeing what happens, not dissing that either. I'm just saying, rather than taking that avenue, she said, let me find somebody who knows me, who can get all the details that she needs to figure out who is Tatiana and what is the best that she can display for the world out there, and then let that take route. And so that way, she's ready to dive in to find her partner. They're there. She put her best foot forward, you know?
And on top of that, she also continues on even after things get bad, because she goes on one date. It's not with somebody it's not the type of person she wants to be with. He's nice enough. She goes on another date. Turns out he's married and wants to like bring her into a relationship. And then she goes on 4 just awful dates that are just bad and just get completely worse. And it's so funny that things just get bad, and then it gets worse and she's done. So can we talk a little bit about what brought her to that moment?
You know, I think it's because, honestly, just being in her head and being in her body, you just have to think about, even with you putting your best foot forward, sometimes you hit a wall where you're just like, enough's enough. I mean, the pandemic's happening, so you're stuck at home all day. You're not seeing your friends or family as much as you would love to, if at all, if you're not quarantined with them. And then on top of that, you're just trying to be optimistic every time. But when the world is burning and you're stuck at home and you can't find love, she's just like, maybe it's me. Maybe this is not the right path for me. And I like, by the way, that she doesn't quite say, you know, I suck as a person. Like this is,
Mhm.
I won't ever find love. Instead, she says, maybe online dating is for me. You know, maybe I'm just not hip enough for it. Maybe I'm just not down for this kind of dating. And I love that even when she's had enough, she just instead found another avenue. She said, okay, maybe it's not online dating, or maybe it's not matchmaking, or maybe this this particular matchmaking isn't for
Mhm.
me. Let me find another route. And so I just love that even with it being so hard for her at that point in time, she was still finding, she was just figuring that maybe this isn't the correct way to go about it. But we see that like she obviously loves Angelica. She obviously feels like Angelica gives is authentic in
Something.
the
She gives something that she needs. Yeah.
something. Right. And I feel like Tatiana just grabbed at it. So even though she had an out, she could have left, just, you know, Angelica gave her a little something, something where she's like, maybe let me just try it out. And honestly, things, we all know how things just work out sometimes the way they do. And that was it. It worked out, you know?
And what's funny is, and I think I really wanted to tell this part of,
Mhm.
I really wanted to tell this because a lot of the times when you're looking for love, you don't find it, but it's when you stop, which is
Yep,
exactly what happens for Tatiana. She's done.
absolutely.
She goes into that date with Benjamin at the end.
Mhm.
She was only there to get her refund.
Oh,
But then
that what
she
it
meets
is.
this guy, and then he's just like, "Oh, cool." He says the right things. He like calls her out on her stuff, basically, and
Yep.
then she's kind of like, "What?" You put your
Mhm.
phone down. You like let the guard down, and then you end up just talking to him, and then you agree to just kind of chill.
Yeah.
So, what about Benjamin was it that you think Drew connected the two?
Let's be honest. It's his, I mean, first of all, he's attractive. He's this handsome boy or young man. And she sees him, she's like, yeah, he cute, but you know, right now Tatiana's just in her head.
Or
She's
she's
like,
met
I'm
other
not,
attractive guys before, so it can't
this
just
is,
be that.
oh, that's true.
So
That is very
not just
true.
that, yeah.
Right. But come on, she's not blind. She noted it. She saw it. She's like, okay, but this is ridiculous. But it was his playfulness, which is Tatiana's playful. Tatiana loves that. And she just saw, she caught a little bit of playfulness. She saw the commitment that he had. He didn't give up. He could have just logged out and said, okay, I'm done. Bye. He kept at it. And that piqued her interest, like, okay. And she kept getting at him. And the fact that he stood his ground
Mhm.
and said, look, I'm here, whether you want to be here or not. I mean, I'm just here to talk. What about you? And then she starts reassessing her behavior. I'm kind of being a jerk right now.
Mhm.
All right, my bad. What's up? And then just romance in the air. But in all honesty, it wasn't like super, super easy. But just seeing that level of, look, I get you're in a bad mood. I'm funny. This is Benjamin. I'm funny. I know, but I'm here to talk. If you want to talk, you know, how much longer are you going to be a jerk to somebody who doesn't even know why you're being a jerk to about, you know?
It's
And so I
true.
just felt like she picked up on that and she saw him being this, still being calm throughout the whole scenario and was just like, okay, let's give it a go. And it worked out. And he was funny. And that's what she wanted. Somebody who can make her laugh, somebody who makes her feel good, somebody who feels like even when she's overreacting, that's how you handle it when you overreacting. Okay, let's see what you got, Benjamin, you know? So
Hmm. So we know that we've got this is only the first episode. We got a lot more ground to cover. We got 5 more episodes left, and it gets juicy. So, what are you most excited with going forward with Benjamin and Tatiana's budding romance? What are you
uh,
most excited about?
uh, so much, first of all. But in all
Don't give too
honesty, I
much away.
think
Don't give too much away.
I just think like, oh, okay. Um, First of all, I think the most attractive and beautiful thing that you see in any kind of romantic scenario. So whether it's a romantic comedy, romance in general, it's just the new love. Seeing it happening and blossoming and growing is just so beautiful. And I love that that's what's happening with Tatiana and Benjamin. But what I'm looking forward to is how their two lives, how they will make their two lives blend. Because, oh, what can I say? What can I say? Because she's in one aspect of her life and she's ready to move forward in path B. She's ready to move forward in path B. And I think Benjamin is looking forward to moving path B as well. But there are things in each relationship that will need to be addressed. And I'm looking forward to how it becomes addressed and seeing how each player, Benjamin and Tatiana, how they will do what it takes to make sure that they make this work. I think that's beautiful. Seeing somebody fight for what they want, especially when you know that it's real and authentic, it's there. But what are you willing to do? Because it's hard work. It's not going to be easy. So what are we going to do to make sure that this blossoms into the beauty that we know that it is, That's what I'm excited for.
Well, you know what? I'm excited to see it flourish and continue. I hope you are too. Hope the
So
audience
excited.
out there are excited. And Nimo, thank you so much for joining us today on Behind the Love, our first episode. Glad to have you. I knew you were the one I had to start with, so I'm really glad that you're here. And obviously you're going to be back because we're going to be learning a lot more about you. So Nimo, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. And we will see you next week. And just so you know, new episodes drop every Friday, and we're going to be dropping new episodes of this once a week. So get out there, tell your friends. And I think that's it. Thank you all so much. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye.